how you, like, where did you get your inspiration, and why did you want to, you know, produce a movie about that?
Richard Zelniker, who's the director, the co-writer, and also one of the producers, were partners, along with Chris Monti and Mark Mantrek. He had a friend of mine that I knew through my dad. He was dating this woman who had a son, and he had written this story, and my dad had recommended he talk to Richard about it. And so him and Richard had talked together about this movie called As Night Comes, and Richard took him under his wing and really enjoyed the script. And then, Richard called me one day and said, "Let's make this movie." And the movie is really, Richard's vision of, bullying in today's world and how, young teenagers are dealing with that today. There's so much pressure for people to find themselves and be, in a group and be accepted. There's so much pressure, and Luke plays Ricky Gladstone, who's this pretty ferocious character in the film,
to say the least.
Yes.
Ricky, you were magnetic. Ricky, see, you're in the role.
I called him Ricky forever. I would never say Luke. When I first met him, I'd always talk to Jesse and say, Ricky. I'm like, wait, it's Luke.
You fit that role. So, like, I told you before we went on air, you were acting with your eyes. How did you get into character for that movie?
I spoke to a good friend of mine who is she's a criminal psychologist, and she gave me some proper background information on what this kind of person goes through. I think you nailed it when you said bullying, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever, was horrible. Now it's on a whole other level. I had my niece the other day telling me that someone wrote on Facebook, "Why don't you just kill yourself?" Oh. And it's that sort of thing that when you read it as well, sometimes it's harsher than having someone say it to your face. So right. It's tough, and I think that this film sheds light on that.
Because people are so tough. Oh, it's so tough of you to sit behind a computer and write those words, but when you're face to face. They lose their power almost. I feel. Don't you feel like that, Kerri?
No, absolutely. And if you can hide now. But when I was a kid, they came right out to me and told me how ugly I was. I had 4 eyes because I wore thick glasses. My hair was frizzy and curly, and I had buck teeth. So, it was to the point where I'd come home every day and cry. And I was moved from school to school to school because the bullying was so bad for me. And so to think about going on social media, Facebook, Twitter, whatever it may be, and being bullied there, so you couldn't even get away from it when you get home, I don't know what I would have done. There's so many kids committing suicide over this.
I know, it's really sad. Even recently in the news, Robin Williams' daughter left Twitter because people were bullying her and saying really outrageous things. And I don't understand why people do it. I feel like it starts from the home. Yeah. You got to really examine what's going on at home and how the parents, if the parents are even around, and what they're teaching that child.
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up, because the movie is actually, as much as it is for teenagers to watch it, it's so important that parents watch it too, because in the film we actually show, the home lifestyle of some of these kids and where they come from, because it plays such an important role in where young kids come from and how they're raised and how they carry themselves out into the world. There's a huge representation there, and my character, Brad Larson, I come from the privileged side of town, and I'm also a bully in the film, and I'm able to get away with a lot more, and Luke's character and I, we battle it out a little bit in the film.
Yeah, and there's 2 bullies in this. There's 2 different kind of groups, and you kind of want to hate both of them, even though there's one group that's cool and popular, you still want to hate them, and then there's the dark group, and you kind of want to love them and hate. I had a crush on you in the movie, Luke. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry.
I think everybody who watches this film, let me just say something about Luke Baines. I think you're going to be a superstar, first of all. And I don't say that to very many people, except my boyfriend.
I think so.
But you're going to be a superstar. If anybody's listening and likes Benedict Cumberbatch or Eddie Redmayne or some of the actors out there that are making a massive impact in the world of film today, you're going to want to see this film, because I'm telling you, it's like watching Tiger Woods when he wasn't pro yet. It's like watching you know, something that is going to just take off and you wish you were there at the beginning. This is a film that's going, I mean, I'm telling you, people are going to go back after they see your, in 10 years when you've won your Oscars and you're there, they're going to come back and they're going to buy this film.
Thank you, Ken. You can stay.
We'll
you can stay. And I'll make, do I make the check out to you or to
We
Jesse?
can't even talk about this film with Kasem. He's cast in a big film. He's a lead. I can't say anything about it. It's going to be huge. But where can people get this film? I want people to buy the film now. There's a pre-order, and if you pre-order it now, it comes with a whole bunch of specials, which you're not going to get if you don't pre-order.
Yeah, you'll get an
Does
exclusive.
it come with a date with Luke?
It can. It can.
Yes, that is available. That's available
the first,
now.
The first 30 call. Is that what we're doing?
First 35.
But go ahead.
Yes, it is available now for pre-order on iTunes. So if you guys want to go to iTunes and just, if you can follow us on Twitter as well, you can see all the updates we put out as night comes. On iTunes, look up As Night Comes. You'll see it there. It has a split face between the two leads, Ricky and Sean Holloway, played by Michael Olivier, and Evan Freeman's on there as well. And just click the pre-order. It's available for $12.99 in HD and $9.99 in standard edition.
Support independent film.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Support-
he was magnetic. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I don't know how many different adjectives to use, but I
No.
couldn't sleep last night.
Well,
Your
good.
face was
Thank
in
you.
my head.
I just like that you actually. I mean, you know, I don't play a very nice character. So to hear that you like him
But what does
is
that say
kind of
about
cool.
me?
We can
Yeah,
talk about. We'll talk about that later.
Oh, no, it's not okay.
Yeah, it was not easy, right? I mean, there were so many times it was just uncomfortable, you know. I mean, Richard was pushing us to get to these places, you know,
Yeah,
that...
it was pretty intense.
I don't
Yeah.
know how much you have to push Luke Baines to give a performance like that. It's just in him. I'm sorry. I think everybody fell in love with you, and I'm telling you, if anybody sees this film, you're going to fall in love with Luke Baines.
You're making me so nervous,
You're
Kate.
you're so talented.
Yeah, you
it's
are.
Thank you.
crazy. It is. It's crazy. And I even told that to Jesse. You know, Jesse, I watched him pour his heart and soul into this the last 2 years. I watched him produce a film. He started when he was 21, 22.
Mhm.
You know, he's 24 now. I could not believe the kind of passion and the kind of professionalism this man had to get this film made.
I wouldn't. I said to him on the way here, I wouldn't have stayed on this film if it wasn't for him, because he like the passion that he has kept me going.
Yeah.
Because it was a tough shoot. You know, we had very little money, and we just long hours. It's probably the toughest thing I've ever
That
done.
editing was amazing in that movie.
Yeah, Chris Monty deserves a medal for
Chris Monty
or
and Richard Zelniker
Yep.
both did that film.
They worked like 17-hour days
Yeah,
getting
it's
that done, yeah.
amazing. Yeah. So one time again, Jesse, where can people find
They can find this on iTunes right now for pre-order. It goes live December 5th, so if you order it now on December 5th, it'll download immediately to your whatever database that you use. And yeah, check us out on Facebook, As Night Comes, also on Twitter, As Night Comes. And yeah, please check it out and pre-buy. It's an awesome film.
Yeah, if you pre-buy, there are specials that you will not get if you don't, you know.
Yeah, we're right now, for the first 100 people that pre-order, we're giving an exclusive behind-the-scenes video for anyone that does buy it. So.
And your dad, if you go to Martin Kove, if you're a big fan of the Karate Kid, huge fan, go to Martin Kove on, I think it's the real Martin Kove or the official Martin Kove on Twitter.
The real Martin Kove, yeah.
The real Martin Kove. If you tell him that you're ordering it, he will send you an autographed picture. And he was the evil sensei in the Karate Kid, sweep the lane.
Yeah, or I'll have him do a little video and he'll talk about you and thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds good to me.